what you need to know about Neuro Linguistic programming. Stay tuned. This is Damon Cart from NLP Gym. Free introduction to NLP. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. I plan to create an introductory series of NLP videos that I was going to charge for. However, I decided that I'm going to do the introductory videos for free, and I'll do them right here and present them here on my YouTube channel. So how do you know what you know? This is a huge question, and this is a question you will be answering throughout your NLP training and hopefully throughout the rest of your life, because it is a critical question. It's broad. You can take it as deep as you want to go. So how do you know what you know? How do I know that I have certain beliefs? How do I know who I am? How do I know what my experiences are? How do I know that I even have memories? What NLP comes down to is, what do I see, feel, hear, touch, smell, taste, all of the senses, both internal and external, that let me know what experience I'm having. So right now I'm standing on a beach in Santa Cruz, California. I'm standing on sand. I can feel the floor or the sand underneath my feet. I can feel the temperature of the air. I can see the sun, I can see the volleyball courts, I can see the ocean. I can hear the ocean, I can hear my own voice. This is all happening externally. But what images am I making inside of my head? What sounds am I hearing inside my head? What feelings am I having in my body that are evaluative, not texture or proprioceptive? NLP is about coding these things, and then the language part of it is extremely important because it's the coding of how we think. If I say the word apple, how do you know what an apple is? Some of you saw an image in your mind. Some of you heard the word apple. Some of you may have heard the sound of biting into an apple. Some of you may have tasted the apple. Some of you may have even smelled an apple. These are the internal representations that let you know what you know when it comes to the word apple. Also, the word apple represents, in a sense, all apples, even though it's just a word and it's singular. If you think about the word apple, it really encompasses all apples. So you don't have to go through the process of saying green apples, red apples, delicious apples, and go through all of it. You just say apple. It sort of takes care of all of those things. So that's a generalization. So I say the word apple, you have a prototypical internal response to that has a representation, a prototypical representation of your mind of what an apple is, and that's how you know what it is. And it's all generalized. All that information is generalized into one word and one internal experience. And also it may be a combination of things. It may be a combination of an image and a sound. That happens a lot too. So if I say, come over for dinner, you don't go into your mind like a textbook or like you're looking into a dictionary to define each one of these words. Each word is represented somehow in your mind through sensory experience, not through having to read a textbook definition of what each means. Because if I said, come over for dinner tonight, you'd have to say, come over, okay, look that up in my mind, okay, that means to go somewhere. And then for dinner, okay, dinner's that thing, okay, it says here, dinner's that thing that I eat in the evening. And then tonight, okay, tonight. So you don't do that. That would take way too long. The brain works so much faster. How does it work so much faster? Through representations, internal representations. You have an internal representation for every one of these words. They come together. The whole sentence makes another internal representation. This happens in a split second. Now, when you start to understand these things, when you really start to understand how you're creating all of these representations internally and with language, then you can start to change these things. You can start to change your beliefs. The things that seem like, oh, that's just how it is. I'm just not good with money, or I'm just not good in business, or I'm just not successful, whatever. When you start understanding how these beliefs are constructed and represented internally, then you can start to change the representations and then change the beliefs. This is the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing NLP has to offer the world, belief change. And when you change beliefs, you actually change reality itself, because reality is based on what your internal representation is of reality and what you're projecting onto the world. So while this may seem like a very basic lesson, it is actually an extremely powerful lesson, and one you can watch this video over and over again and really try to get what I'm saying. Take things like, how do you know who you are? How do you know that? How do you know who you are? And a lot of people will use like reasoning, like, well, my name is Damon Cart. I come from New Orleans, Louisiana. I now live in Santa Cruz, California. I have 2 kids, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm talking about. What are the internal representations that let you know who you are? How do you see yourself in your mind's eye? How do you hear yourself in your inner ear? How do you have a feel for yourself? What do you believe is possible for you? What do you not believe is possible for you? How do you represent that? These are powerful questions to start asking yourself, and tune into what is your internal representation of this. What is your internal reality of this? Because your internal reality is something you're projecting onto external reality. So your internal reality becomes your external reality. When you start to change that, your external reality will appear to change, and maybe actually it does. We won't ever know. So basically what NLP is, it's going into the wiring. It's understanding how you know what you know, and when you start to understand that, again, you can change it, and this is extraordinarily powerful. If you want to learn more about this, if you want to get actual training in how to do this and how to change your life using NLP and design the life that you desire, check out the Ultimate Practitioner Training coming up in January 2017, which will be held right here in Santa Cruz. Check out our website, nlp-gym.com. There you can sign up for the Ultimate Practitioner Training. Again, this training is the most comprehensive NLP training you will find in the country, with some of the most talented NLP trainers in the world at such an affordable price. This training is perfect for beginners, people who have no NLP training whatsoever, and who want to use NLP to improve their life in any way, improve their career, become more successful, improve your relationships, improve your communication. You can also use it as a coach if you're a coach, or if you have your own personal development business. Also, for those of you NLPers who have had some training and you don't feel like NLP is second nature, you don't feel like you're using it to the fullest that it can be used, again, this training is definitely for you. Follow us on Facebook for real-time updates on upcoming workshops and free practice sessions that I hold right here in Santa Cruz. If you like this video, please click like right down here and leave me a question or a comment. I will follow up with you. Stay tuned to the end of this video so you can see how you can get your hands on a free NLP online training. Take care.